land. It is going to make you to be successful or not successful. Do know, if you move any boundary, you will not succeed. If you force the land to kill, to swallow the innocent person, you will not succeed wherever you are. If you does not allow it to rest during its time of resting, you will not succeed. It will not produce for you. If you are, if you used to harvest 10 sacks, you will now begin to harvest. It will reduce from 10 to 8 to 6 to 3 until you will begin harvesting nothing. Allow the land to rest. I respect the land. You came from it and you will go back to it. The third thing that Christ is in our life, it is in Judges chapter 36. The Bible says one thing there. If you read Judges chapter 36, chapter 6, the Bible says one thing. First of all, God understands and calls Gideon as a mighty man of valor. After calling him after calling him a mighty man of valor, and asks him to go and rescue the children of Israel from the captivity where they were. Now Gideon starts wondering, and the spirit of fear comes in him. But the Lord told him, do not fear. And then and God told Gideon, do not fear. First of all, from verse 15, God said to him, verse 14, God said to him, the Lord turned to him and said, go in your strength, in your strength you have, and save Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you? Gideon replied, asked God, how will I go? How will I make it? And God told him that I will be with you, and you will strike down all the Midianites. But now Joshua was being sent by God to go and destroy to go and rescue the Israelites. Joshua is being called by God, not Joshua. Gideon is called by God to serve him and to rescue, to deliver the Israelites from the captivity, from the hands of bondage, from the Midianites, from the hands of Midianites. But Joshua himself has the spirit of fear. The spirit of fear was in him. He was afraid. How will he do it? Just a human, one person. But God understood that the reason as why Gideon cannot serve him very well and will not succeed, will not make it in serving him, it is because of the father's altar, the ancestral altar. So that's why God goes on in Judges chapter 6 verse 23. God says and tells Gideon and tells him that but the Lord said to him, peace, do not be afraid. You are not going to die. Some of us, we are afraid. There is no peace in us, and we are always afraid to serve God. We are always afraid to go on with what we are supposed to go on. Some of us, we are always afraid even to marry. Some of us, we are even afraid to start a business. Some of us, we are afraid to serve God or to start whatever we are supposed to do. Why? Because of the altars, ancestral altars, or satanic altar. Because of the Baal's altar in our life. that are causing us and have brought the spirit of fear in our life. That's why we might not serve very well. We might not be effective in our ministry. We might not be effective in whatever we are supposed to do or we are doing because of the altar. And because God understood that the altar, the Baal's altar, the father's altar, that Gideon's father's altar will not allow him to be effective in his ministry or the work that is ahead of him, he allowed him and told him, first of all, destroy your father's altar. And God told him in verse 23 and told him that you be peace. Let peace be with you. Will not die. Do not be afraid and will not die. Then Gideon built an altar for the Lord. And when he built an altar to the Lord, on verse 25, the Bible says that the same night God told him, destroy your father's altar. God understood the father's altar will derail Gideon's work, will derail Gideon's ministry, will make Gideon not to be effective in the ministry. What is an altar?